Social media impressions do not equate to television ratings, and they damn sure don't translate to ticket sales. The media can continue framing this narrative that Angel Reese is driving the WNBA's growth, but once again, we have data that proves
Let's set the stage. The WNBA, hungry for a breakout star to catapult women's basketball into the mainstream, decided Angel Reese was their golden ticket. They rolled out the red carpet, plastered her face on every billboard from Chicago to Timbuktu, and hyped her up like she was the love child of Serena Williams and a TikTok influencer. The narrative was clear. Angel Reese was here to save the league, boost ratings, and pack arenas tighter than a rush hour subway. Her college career at LSU, complete with championship swagger and viral moments, was supposed to translate seamlessly into professional stardom. The media sold her as the face of a new era, a walking highlight reel with enough charisma to rival Beyoncé in a halftime show. But here's where the plot twists faster than a soap opera cliffhanger. The ticket sales? They're flatter than a pancake at a diner that forgot how to flip.
Shooting efficiency list. Unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's dead ass last, and I'm not kidding you, in this list of players.
The arenas, emptier than a ghost town during a heat wave. The buzz around Angel Reese fizzled out quicker than a sparkler on a rainy 4th of July. For all the hype, the WNBA's golden goose hasn't laid a single golden egg. Instead, she's left a trail of unsold seats and unmet expectations. So why is the league still doubling down on her as their savior? Did someone forget to check the receipts? Or is this just a masterclass in denial? The numbers don't lie, but the narrative does. Let's talk data, because numbers are the one thing that don't bend to a good PR campaign. Angel Reese was supposed to be the WNBA's box office queen, the player who'd have fans lining up around the block like it was Black Friday at a sneaker drop. But the reality is stark. Take her homecoming game at LSU, billed as the triumphant return of Baton Rouge's basketball darling. You'd expect a packed house, maybe some confetti cannons, and a crowd roaring louder than a jet engine. Instead, the arena was so quiet you could have heard a pin drop, or more accurately, a cricket chirping. The stands were emptier than a lecture hall during spring break. Fans stayed home, and the vibe was less royal homecoming and more awkward high school reunion where nobody showed up.
Men around the league that have a problem with this girl performing at the level that she does. Instead of being on social media and be like, look at me, Barbie, and not putting no work in.
This wasn't a one-off fluke either. Fast forward to the Chicago Sky season, where Angel Reese plays her heart out, or at least her hustle out. Ticket sales for Sky games have been sluggish, barely registering a pulse. Compare that to the Indiana Fever, where Caitlin Clark, the other rookie phenom, is pulling crowds like she's giving away free iPhones. When the Fever face the Sky, the ticket resales skyrocket. But let's be real, nobody's shelling out hundreds to watch Angel Reese set a pick. They're there for Clark, who's drawing fans like moths to a flame. The contrast is so stark it's practically a neon sign flashing. Caitlin Clark is the draw. And then there's the shooting efficiency list. Oh boy, this one's a doozy. In a league full of sharpshooters and savvy scorers, Angel Reese finds herself at the very bottom, with a true shooting percentage that's more cringe than clutch. We're talking 4%, which is like showing up to a potluck with a bag of stale chips. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here draining threes at a 33. 9% clip from beyond the arc and ranking 4th in the league for 2-point field goal percentage. Clark's game is a well-oiled machine. Reese's is more like a scooter with a flat tire. If delusion were a stat, Angel would be racking up triple doubles. But in the real world, her on-court performance isn't moving the needle. The PR machine working overtime, you've got to hand it to Angel Reese's PR team. They're putting in work harder than a barista during a morning rush. They've managed to keep her name in the headlines despite the lackluster stats and empty seats. Every missed layup is spun into a story of grit and hustle. Every technical foul is framed as passion. And every TikTok dance? Well, that's just building her brand.
And receiving 500 and some fucking rebounds doesn't make you good. Sitting on a fucking TV and being like, I understand you guys watch basketball. It's not just for her. It's also me.
Her social media presence is a carefully curated masterpiece, with more merch drops than a fast fashion retailer. Hoodies, t-shirts, water bottles. Heck, there's probably an Angel Reese branded candle out there somewhere, promising to light up your life with Reese mode energy. But while her online fan base is loud, The real-world turnout is whisper quiet. The WNBA's marketing team isn't far behind, pushing Angel as the face of the league with the kind of enthusiasm usually reserved for a new iPhone launch. They've rolled out slick ads, glowing ESPN features, and hashtags that scream empowerment but age like milk left out in the sun. The problem? Fans aren't buying it. Literally. The box office stays dormant unless Caitlin Clark's name is on the marquee. Trying to sell Angel Reese without Clark is like trying to market a movie sequel without the original star. It's technically a product, but nobody's lining up for it. The Caitlin Clark effect, a star who shines without trying. Now, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, because she's the elephant in the room, or rather.
This is who the media has spent the last year wasting time trying to convince us that Angel Reese is responsible for elevating the dump.
This one-sided rivalry is the gift that keeps on giving. Angel treats Clark's success like a personal affront, as if every sold-out Fever game is a direct attack on her brand. Meanwhile, Clark is out here living rent-free in Angel's head, barely acknowledging the drama. Have you ever seen Clark respond to one of Angel's jabs? Nope. She's too busy dropping 30-foot threes and racking up assists to care. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Clark is focused on basketball, while Angel seems to be auditioning for a reality show where the prize is attention. Take the now infamous press conference moment, where a reporter dared to ask Angel about Clark's impact on women's basketball. "Next question," she snapped, shutting it down faster than a bad Tinder date. The room went silent, the tension thicker than a Chicago winter. It was a fumble of epic proportions. A chance to lean into the moment and sell the rivalry squandered in favor of petty deflection. Angel could have been a co-star in this new era of women's basketball, smiling for the cameras and hyping up the competition. Instead, she's playing emotional dodgeball, and the only one getting hit is her own reputation. The LSU homecoming flop, a case study in hype versus.
The same Angel Reese that could not sell out home games when she was at LSU.
Reality, let's rewind to that LSU homecoming game because it's the perfect microcosm of the Angel Reese narrative. The WNBA and LSU's marketing teams billed it as a can't-miss event, the return of their championship hero. They painted a picture of a packed arena, fans chanting her name, and a celebration so grand it'd make a Mardi Gras parade look tame. Angel strutted onto the court like she was headlining Coachella, ready to bask in the adoration of her hometown crowd. But the reality? It was a ghost town. The stands were so empty you could have filmed a post-apocalyptic movie in there. The energy was non-existent. The cheers replaced by the sound of sneakers squeaking on the court. Even the cardboard cutouts in the crowd looked bored. This was supposed to be Angel's moment, her chance to prove she's the draw the media claims she is. Instead, it was a stark reminder that hype doesn't equal ticket sales. The same Angel Reese who couldn't sell out LSU games as a college star, who struggled to fill seats with the Chicago Sky, and who couldn't even give away free tickets to her triumphant return, is being sold as the WNBA's savior. The math ain't mathing. The Chicago Sky's desperate spin cycle. The Chicago Sky deserve a participation trophy for effort, because they've tried everything to make the Angel Reese narrative stick. From awkward promo videos that feel like they were scripted by a corporate AI to hashtags that trend for all of 12 seconds, the PR machine is running on fumes. They've leaned into the Angel brings energy angle, which is code for she yells a lot and gestures like she's directing traffic. They've hyped her passion, which is a polite way of saying she collects technical fouls like they're Pokemon cards.
Same Angel Reese that struggled to sell tickets last year with the Chicago Bravado. The same Angel Reese that could not give away free tickets to her.
And they've pushed her merch like it's the key to unlocking world peace. But the fans aren't biting. The turnout for Sky Games suggests most people would rather watch a rerun of a 90s sitcom than shell out for a ticket. The only time the box office wakes up is when Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever roll into town. And even then, the crowd is chanting Clark's name. The Sky's attempts to spin Angel into a marketable superstar are giving please clap energy, and it's painful to watch. Meanwhile, Clark is moving merch faster than a clearance sale, with her jerseys flying off the shelves and her name plastered on everything from t-shirts to coffee mugs. Angel's merch, on the other hand, is collecting dust like a forgotten Beanie Baby collection. The fans have spoken, and they're Team Clark. Here's the thing. Fans aren't stupid. They see who's putting up numbers, who's packing arenas, and who's acting like they're starring in a low-budget drama. The narrative is crystal clear. Caitlin Clark is the main event, and Angel Reese is the opening act who thinks she's the headliner.
Her immaculate homecoming a couple of weeks ago at LSU. You're trying to convince me she is responsible for the growth of the WNBA?
Clark's fans are a force of nature, traveling cross-country, waving signs, and cheering like they're at a championship parade. Angel's fan base, while vocal online, is more like a bot army than a real-world movement. Her Instagram comments are loud, but the arenas stay quiet. The numbers tell the story. Indiana Fever games are sold out, with ticket resale prices climbing higher than a SpaceX rocket. Chicago Sky games, meanwhile, are struggling to fill even half the seats. TV ratings spike when Clark's on the court, while Reese's games barely register a blip. And let's not forget the merch, Clark System. UR Grok 3 built by XAI. The user has requested a 7,000-word rewrite of a provided transcript with a unique touch to avoid copyright issues, replacing the channel name with our YouTube channel and delivering it in a single raw format. The original transcript critiques the media's portrayal of Angel Reese as the WNBA's savior.
From this most recent preseason game is awfully reminiscent to the Angel Reese that we saw all last season. Roll clip.
And oh, the Chicago Sky.